Here's Brody Brazil.
Sports betting is about to take a front seat here in the state of California. It's kind of weird that nobody's really talking about Proposition 26 or 27 right now. But I'm telling you, in the coming weeks and months ahead of the November election, you're going to hear a ton about what these two things are, the for and against. And it is a little bit confusing, so I want to try and help spell it out here. I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily going to take a side. I just want to help people understand what all of this means. And I'll pull up this article from ESPN.com. The headline says, Major League Baseball announces support of online sports betting initiative in California. Major League Baseball on Friday announced its support of an initiative that would authorize online sports betting in California, becoming the first major sports league to take sides in the high-stakes battle between bookmaking giants and the state's powerful tribal gaming operators. Two primary sports betting initiatives are on the November ballot. Proposition 26 would restrict betting to in-person only at tribal casinos and 4 different horse racing tracks. Proposition 27 would allow online sports betting. It's weird that they're both trying to make sports betting legal in California, but it's all about the location, the geography, and the how of sports betting. How would this happen? And I guess where too. So that paragraph right there is the explanation that thousands of people are going to need in the coming weeks. Prop 26, in person only at tribal casinos and 4 horse racing tracks. Proposition 27 would allow online sports betting. Major League Baseball is supporting Proposition 27, the California Solutions to Homeless and Mental Health Act. So that's also part of this too. It's backed by a coalition of sportsbook operators, including DraftKings and FanDuel. A percentage of the revenue from Prop 27 would be dedicated to fighting the homeless crisis in California. DraftKings and FanDuel are among MLB's official betting partners. MLB, which has 5 franchises in the state of California, has been an advocate of sports betting legalization since the U.S. Supreme Court in 2018 struck down the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act of 1992. Quote, as legalized sports betting continues to expand across the country, Major League Baseball remains committed to protecting the integrity of its games and creating a safe experience for fans who wish to wager on those games, MLB said in a statement they released on Friday. Proposition 27, the only measure on California's upcoming ballot that would authorize and regulate online sports betting, includes strong integrity provisions designed to help MLB carry out those commitments. They continue by saying this. The measure would, for example, number 1, require sportsbook operators to notify leagues of suspicious wagering activity. Number 2, would allow leagues to propose restrictions on betting markets that are particularly susceptible to manipulation. And 3, facilitate other forms of integrity-related cooperation between the state, leagues, and operators. MLB believes that Prop 27 has the safeguards to create a safe and responsible online sports betting market in California, a state with millions of MLB fans looking for alternatives to illegal offshore betting sites, end quote. And by the way, I don't think this is partial by me on either side to share with you. Sports betting has been happening in our state for many years. It will continue to happen even if neither one of these propositions are passed. You understand what I'm saying here? This is all a matter of, can California start to make it officially legal, but also figure out how to filter in the revenue that comes with it? That's exactly what all of this is about, right? It's going to happen. You probably already wager on sports. And I'm not just talking about fantasy stuff. I'm talking about actual win-loss wagers. So let's make that clear that this is not going to really stop anybody from probably doing what they're already doing. I don't even know that it's going to encourage new markets. And maybe some sort. Yeah, maybe. But I think a lot of people are already doing this. It now just makes it legal and provides the avenues to do it. Proposition 26, the California Sports Wagering Regulation and Unlawful Gaming Enforcement Act, that's a mouthful, is supported by a coalition of tribes led by Pechanga. Quote, a large and growing coalition of Indian tribes, social justice advocates, teachers, parents, homeless and mental health advocates, business, public safety, and labor leaders all strongly oppose Prop 27, says Kathy Fairbanks, spokesperson for Yes on 26 and No on 27 campaigns, told ESPN in a statement. She continues, quote, by saying, the measure would legalize a massive expansion of online gambling that will turn every cell phone, laptop, gaming console, and tablet into a gambling device. Worse, there's no foolproof way to ensure that kids aren't gambling online. The out-of-state gambling corporations funding Prop 27 wrote it, so they take 90% of the profits out of state, leaving little for California. We're confident voters will reject this deceptive, dangerous measure in November. Chris Gove, hope I'm pronouncing that right, an investor in the sports betting space and partner in consulting firm Eliers and Krejcik, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right too, Gaming, estimates that a mature online sports betting market in California could generate as much as $3 billion in annual revenue. In comparison, industry trade publication Vixio Gambling Compliance estimates retail-only sports betting would generate $356 million in annual gross revenue by the fifth year. Clearly, one of these two is going to pass, but what if they both pass? And that's what makes this interesting. It would probably go to the courts. It would probably get complicated. They could also be turned down. They could both be neglected and voted no on. I don't think that's going to happen, although I'm interested. But in that case, they could also be brought on the 2023 November election ballot. So this doesn't go away. This doesn't end. This is just an interesting scenario that a lot of sports bettors have probably heard a little bit about now, but you're definitely going to hear a lot more of it in the next month or so. And again, I'm really curious to see how all of this plays out and to see who wins out.